Have you ever noticed how, as the years go by, your body seems to send you little reminders that it's time to pay closer attention? Maybe you get tired faster after a walk, or your doctor keeps nudging you about your cholesterol numbers. After 60, these reminders often center around one very important organ, your heart. It's the engine that keeps everything else moving, and when it's healthy, you feel it in every part of your life. You have more energy to play with the grandkids, more stamina to enjoy your hobbies, and more peace of mind, knowing you're giving yourself the best chance at living fully and joyfully. But here's the good news. Protecting your heart doesn't have to mean complicated diets or giving up all the foods you love. In fact, some of the best tools for keeping your heart strong are already right in front of you. Simple, delicious foods that can make a real difference. In this conversation, we're going to talk about 5 heart-healthy foods that every senior should consider adding to their meals after 60. And don't worry, I'm not here to lecture. I want this to feel like a chat between friends, where we explore easy, practical ways to take better care of ourselves. So let's start with one food that's often overlooked, but packs a powerful punch: salmon. Now, I know not everyone grew up eating fish regularly, but salmon is one of the best things you can put on your plate if you want to keep your heart strong. It's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which are like little bodyguards for your arteries. They help reduce inflammation, lower triglycerides, and even improve your circulation. Imagine your blood flowing through your vessels like cars on a highway. Omega-3s are the ones that help keep the traffic smooth and prevent blockages. And here's the beautiful part. Salmon doesn't have to be complicated. You can bake it with just a squeeze of lemon. Throw it on the grill with a few herbs, or even enjoy it in a hearty salmon salad. And let me tell you, eating salmon isn't just about health. It's about pleasure. That soft, flavorful bite can make you look forward to dinner. Plus, if you're someone who worries about feeling deprived on a healthy diet, salmon will quickly change your mind. It's satisfying, rich, and comforting, all while working wonders for your heart. But let's be real for a moment. Sometimes fish can feel a little pricey or out of reach. If that's the case, don't worry. There are affordable options like canned salmon, which still contains those heart-protecting omega-3s. Just make sure to look for ones packed in water rather than oil to keep things lighter. The key is simply making salmon, or even other fatty fish like sardines or mackerel, a regular part of your meals. Now, while salmon brings that rich, savory satisfaction, our next food is all about crunch, comfort, and a surprising amount of heart protection: nuts. Nuts might seem like just a snack, but they're actually tiny, nutritional powerhouses. Walnuts, almonds, and even peanuts are packed with healthy fats, fiber, and plant-based proteins that your heart absolutely loves. One handful a day, just a small, simple habit, can lower your bad cholesterol, raise your good cholesterol, and keep your arteries more flexible. Think of it this way. Instead of reaching for chips when you want something crunchy, grabbing a small handful of nuts can give you the same satisfaction without the greasy guilt. What's even better is how versatile they are. You can sprinkle almonds over your morning oatmeal, toss walnuts into a salad, or just keep a jar of mixed nuts on your counter for when you feel a snack craving coming on. And if chewing gets a little tricky, nut butters are a fantastic option too. Spread a little natural peanut butter on whole grain toast, and you've got a snack that's both comforting and heart healthy. Some people shy away from nuts because they've heard they're too high in fat. But here's the secret. It's the good kind of fat, the kind that nourishes your heart instead of harming it. Of course, moderation is key. You don't need a giant bowl, just a small handful. Think of it like medicine that tastes great and doesn't feel like a chore. And here's something else to keep in mind. Nuts are more than just food for your heart. They're also food for your brain. Research shows they can help keep memory sharp, which makes them a 2-for-1 deal. Stronger heart, sharper mind. What's not to love about that? We've started with salmon and nuts, 2 delicious foods that are as comforting as they are powerful. Together, they already begin to form the foundation of a heart-healthy diet. One brings those protective omega-3s, the other delivers healthy fats and fiber that keep cholesterol in check. Add them to your routine and you'll notice the difference, not just in your health numbers, but in how you feel each day. When we think about foods that keep the heart strong, it's easy to imagine fish or nuts. But sometimes the most powerful choices are the ones that bring color and brightness to your plate. Fresh, vibrant fruits and vegetables are like nature's medicine cabinet, and one of the best places to start is with berries. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. They're not just sweet little treats. They're packed with antioxidants that fight off free radicals, those pesky molecules that can damage your cells and speed up aging. Berries also contain something called anthocyanins, which help lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation in your arteries. Imagine them as tiny cleaners, sweeping through your system and polishing your blood vessels from the inside out. And here's what makes berries so special. They're enjoyable at any time of day. Toss a handful of blueberries into your morning oatmeal, blend some strawberries into a smoothie, or simply keep a bowl of raspberries in the fridge for an afternoon pick-me-up. Unlike sugary desserts, berries satisfy your sweet tooth while still doing wonders for your heart. I remember talking to a friend in her 70s who said she always felt guilty about craving something sweet. But once she started swapping her evening dessert for a small bowl of mixed berries, she told me she felt both satisfied and proud of her choice. And the best part? Her doctor noticed improvements in her blood pressure within just a few months. It's proof that little changes really can add up in a big way. Now, while berries bring sweetness and antioxidants, let's shift to something a little greener, something that's been called a superfood for good reason. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and even romaine lettuce are like green shields for your heart. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and most importantly, nitrates, which help widen your blood vessels and improve blood flow. That means your heart doesn't have to work quite as hard to pump blood through your body. Think of leafy greens as giving your heart a little vacation. They lighten the load, letting your heart rest easier while still keeping everything running smoothly. And the beauty of greens is that they can be enjoyed in so many ways. You can sauté spinach with a little garlic for a quick side dish, toss kale into a hearty soup, or make a fresh salad topped with colorful veggies and a sprinkle of nuts for crunch. One thing I often hear from people is that greens feel boring or bland. But here's the trick: pair them with flavors you already love. Add a drizzle of olive oil and a squeeze of lemon over steamed greens, or toss a handful into a fruit smoothie where you barely notice the taste, but still get all the benefits. It doesn't have to feel like health food. It can feel like real, enjoyable food that just happens to be doing wonders for your heart. Another reason leafy greens are so important after 60 is the amount of vitamin K they provide. This vitamin helps your blood clot properly and keeps your arteries from hardening. A heart that's flexible and responsive is a heart that lasts, and leafy greens are one of the best ways to keep it that way. So between berries that sweeten your life and leafy greens that strengthen your system, we already have a plate that's both colorful and powerful. But there's still one more food group that deserves just as much attention. Something rich, smooth, and beloved all over the world: beans. Beans might not sound glamorous, but they're one of the most heart-friendly foods you can eat. Whether it's black beans, kidney beans, lentils, or chickpeas, they're packed with fiber that helps lower cholesterol and regulate blood sugar. After 60, keeping your blood sugar steady isn't just good for your energy, it's also essential for your heart health. Here's something many people don't realize: beans actually help lower blood pressure too. That means fewer ups and downs for your heart and less strain over time. And the best part, they're affordable, filling, and can be used in endless ways. You can make a cozy lentil soup, toss chickpeas into a salad, or even blend beans into a creamy dip for vegetables. I once met a gentleman in his 60s who swapped out red meat twice a week for bean-based meals. At first, he thought he'd miss the heaviness of meat, but he quickly noticed how much lighter and more energetic he felt after meals. Within a year, his cholesterol numbers dropped significantly, and he said he didn't even miss the old routine because the beans had become his new comfort food. Beans are also a great reminder that heart health doesn't have to be expensive. While salmon and nuts can sometimes stretch the budget, a bag of dried beans or a few cans can feed you for days while still giving you incredible health benefits. It's one of those foods that proves eating for your heart can be both smart and affordable. So here we are with salmon and nuts bringing richness and crunch, berries adding sweetness, leafy greens keeping things light and nourishing, and beans giving us comfort and stability. Each of these foods has its own unique way of supporting your heart. And when you bring them together, you create a lifestyle that protects your health without making you feel restricted. When we think of foods that truly nurture the heart, sometimes it's the simplest, most familiar ingredients that carry the biggest impact. We've already explored salmon, nuts, berries, leafy greens, and beans. Together, they form a foundation that's both satisfying and protective. But there's one more food I can't leave out. One that ties everything together with richness, versatility, and proven benefits: olive oil. Olive oil has been a staple of the Mediterranean diet for centuries, and for good reason. It's not just a cooking ingredient, it's liquid gold for your heart. Packed with monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, olive oil helps reduce bad cholesterol, increase good cholesterol, and keep your arteries flexible. Think of it as a gentle polish for your blood vessels, keeping everything smooth and resistant to buildup. What makes olive oil so special after 60 is how easily it can slip into your everyday meals without feeling like a diet change. Drizzle it over salads, use it for roasting vegetables, or pair it with whole grain bread for a simple, comforting snack. It enhances flavor while quietly doing the work of protecting your heart. And here's something I love. Olive oil doesn't just support heart health. It also helps fight inflammation throughout the body, which can ease aches and pains that become more common as we age. One of my favorite stories comes from a woman in her mid-60s who told me she used to avoid oil altogether because she thought it was bad for her. But when she swapped out butter and margarine for a modest amount of extra virgin olive oil, she said her meals suddenly felt more vibrant and satisfying. A few months later, her cholesterol numbers improved, and she laughed as she told me she was eating more flavorfully than ever before. It's proof that eating well doesn't have to mean eating less. It just means making smarter choices. Now, when you step back and look at the bigger picture, these 5 foods, salmon, nuts, berries, leafy greens, beans, and olive oil, create a pattern. They're colorful, flavorful, and deeply nourishing, and they all have one thing in common. They work with your body, not against it. They don't leave you feeling deprived or hungry. Instead, they give you comfort, energy, and the peace of mind that you're actively caring for your most important organ. And here's the beautiful part: you don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Small changes are what really make the difference. Start by adding a handful of nuts to your day, or swapping butter for olive oil. Treat yourself to a bowl of berries after dinner, or make a simple bean soup for lunch. Each little step adds up, and over time, you'll feel the results not only in your lab tests, but in your daily life. More energy, more confidence, and more joy in the moments that matter most. Sometimes people think it's too late to start. They say, "I'm already in my 60s, what difference can I make now?" But the truth is, it's never too late. Your body is always responding to the choices you make, and every nourishing meal is an act of kindness toward your future self. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, you have the power to strengthen your heart and enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. So as you think about your next grocery list, imagine it filled with these heart-friendly treasures: rich salmon, crunchy nuts, sweet berries, fresh greens, comforting beans, and golden olive oil. They're more than ingredients. They're tools for a longer, stronger, more vibrant life. And the best part is, they don't just help you live longer, they help you live better, with the energy to laugh, play, love, and savor every moment. If you found inspiration here, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What's one small change you're excited to try? Your story might encourage someone else who needs a little push. And if this conversation has been helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you'll always have fresh ideas for living your best life after 60. At the end of the day, remember this: your heart is your lifelong companion. Treat it with care, feed it with love, and it will carry you through the years with strength and grace. Here's to living fully, joyfully, and heart-healthy at any age.